live. Hello and welcome to the Women Celebrating Too Much Women. This show is for you if you've ever been called too much about anything you ever do. Sarah Farmer, you were one of the first to put your hands up because I believe you have been called too much. But before we hear about your too muchness, I need to give a bit of a bio from the Amanda Fitzgerald House of PR Press Kit. Let's just read out your beautiful bio. Your company is called Bright and Brilliant, as you are, my beautiful darling.
Thank you.
You are an imposter syndrome specialist, global executive coach, and author. Have you got your book to flash above us? She's a leader. She's all about, look at that. She's so on it. She's all about leadership skills, and you're a podcast host. So you are a leading global executive coach. Now, I remember Jeremy Vine reading this very bio out, perhaps. And you are the founder of Bright and Brilliant Limited, with more than 30 years experience in business, counselling, coaching, and professional development. Sarah empowers C-suite execs, senior leaders, and emerging talent to lead with confidence, emotional intelligence, and exceptional people leadership skills. Blimey, that's a bit of a mic drop moment whenever you've heard it.
Well, I just pulled my face back because surely 30 years I do look old, but if I do that, I look so much
Darling, you obviously started when you were 16.
Years, can it?
No, you started when you were 16. So listen, if you had a loud hailer right now, here is my loud hailer. Oops, oh, shit, everything's falling and crashing.
We're live.
Sarah Farmer.
Yeah.
If you had a loud hailer right now, what would you holler is your too muchness? Come on, let's hear it loud and clear.
Well, my too muchness is, I've been told I've been too much, too loud, too quick. I mean, interesting that you say I was one of the first to put my hands up to do this live. I've always been trying to be at the front of every queue. It's just, but too
Brilliant.
Fast, too noisy, too this, too that. And you know what? I started believing it, and I started to try and squash myself, and then I became something that I wasn't, and then I just kind of came out of that again and thought, no. I mean, age is a wonderful thing, right? The older you get, you can start to really embrace the brilliance about yourself that others might see as too much. And the biggest thing is, you're never going to please everybody all of the time. 50% of the population are probably going to not want to be friends with you. The other 50%, you might want to be friends with a few of those. It's fine, you know. Just
celebrate.
Be you. Celebrate your brilliance.
Yeah, and I think that is what people are saying. Like, you can't please all the people. I just, don't want to sing Bob Marley because I, wrecked the airwaves. But you can't please all the people all the time, and it's actually true. So you said that you're outspoken. You're too loud. You're brave, and you don't let anybody get in the way of making you feel small. Have you ever had that happen? And I believe you got a bit of a story when you were younger and you stood out.
It's happened so many times. No, and I don't let it happen now, but that's come with age, but also with experience, with growing confidence in myself, the value that I add, knowing who I am and everything else. But yeah, I've had plenty of times in previous roles where I have been I've joined organizations that didn't embrace my extroversion, my energy, the way my brain works or anything like that. And I would be squashed to the point where it actually made me really ill. And I didn't have to leave that. I chose to leave that. And I think that was the turning point for me. So I was probably about 29 at that point. Experienced really toxic leadership. But what I realized was I'm not a tree. I'm not stuck there. I remember one of the leaders saying to me, once you work here, you'll never leave. You'll always need to earn this sort of money. You'll never leave us. And I just thought, I won't swear, but no, I'm not having this. So I upped my roots. I gave them the polite two fingers and left of my own volition. And that was kind of the start of my journey, age 29, going, right, no one's going to make me feel ill. No one's going to belittle me. That's when the work started.
Wow. And then becoming an imposter syndrome expert, how long have you really been a specialist in this area?
So I've been specializing in this now for nearly 6 years. I guess I've been looking at it and working on what I describe as self-leadership and confidence for a lot longer than that. But when COVID hit, it was an opportunity to take some time to sort of refine things, write the book. And that's where I really started to realize I kind of didn't realize what I was doing until I put it into a formula, and then realized how helpful it was for people with full-on imposter syndrome, not just little bits of confidence issue or bias issues. And so, yeah, 6 years ago, and I'm passionate about it because it's something I've experienced all my life. I've got it well under control now most of the time. And people will assume that just because I'm confident, I appear confident, I couldn't have imposter syndrome. And one thing I'd like to get across, if nothing else, is it doesn't always look like it should. So some people will assume that you're just quiet and timid and don't say anything, don't speak up in meetings. I was totally the opposite. But underneath it all, I did not value myself, and I didn't behave in a way that was effective to make friends, do better in business. And I always did well as in earning money, but actually moving up the ranks faster, all of that, it affected everything. So my mission really is to help educate people about what imposter syndrome is and what it isn't, so that people can start to recognize it and realize that it isn't a good thing. We just need to put that to bed. It does not make you more successful. The neuroscience.
People think having imposter syndrome makes you more successful.
Yeah,
they claim it.
They claim it.
Stephen Bartlett, your favourite friend.
Stephen Bartlett, adore you, Stephen. He says it.
Hi, Rebecca. She says she is absolutely the same. Let's show her comment. Hey.
Hey. And also Mel Robbins, of all people. I mean, that just blows my mind that she can think it's a good thing. All I can think of is that they don't understand what imposter syndrome is. When you understand what it is, the neuroscience behind it, it's a little bit of anxiety can make you perform a bit better. Yeah. Imposter syndrome isn't a little bit of anxiety. It's a persistent, consistent, often crippling belief that you are not good enough. And when you're feeling like that, you cannot be as productive, as effective as you are when you're not feeling like that. So there's a big misconception.
It really affects your work output.
Yeah, completely. I mean, have you ever felt when you're, and anyone listening to this, if you've ever felt unconfident, and I mean really unconfident, something that it slowed you down, stopped you from doing something, you're not being as effective. So how can it make you be more successful? You might learn from it and then be more successful, but it isn't imposter syndrome itself that makes you more successful. And that message needs to go loud and clear. That's why I need the loud hailer.
Well, here you go. I'm going to pass it over to you, Dudley.
Thanks.
So there you go. Okay, so somebody, let's just say they have got imposter syndrome. They're watching this, and it's literally a 15-minute show, so we haven't got time. What is your key tip that if they're going into work every day feeling crap, and they've got this boss breathing down their neck, and they're brilliant at their job, but yet, as Rebecca says, you destroy yourself? What can you do to help yourself to shine in that meeting that you've got to have to do a presentation at?
Well, the first thing is to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and the impact it has. Okay. The second thing to do is to understand what you want to do instead, right? And then the third thing is to start telling your brain a story, because the narrative helping you do what you do now is not helpful. We need a new narrative. And this is the part of brain rewiring. So we need to create new neurological pathways for us to drive down at any time. So currently we're going off in that direction, not being as effective because we don't rate ourselves, or we've been made to feel small. Step back, choose a different path, but that's going to take time and effort. Your brain's always listening for instruction. Most of the time with imposter syndrome, we're telling it to stay in a threat state, play small, hide, you're a fraud, you're going to be found out. So we need to stop saying that unconsciously and start consciously saying, you've got this, it's going to be great, I'm excited. And if you start telling your brain that, it literally calms down. But it's not a magic pill, and it doesn't happen like that. We've been using other pathways, behavior pathways for so long. They're very strong. So we have to practice. Nothing beats practice.
And is it like doing a morning mantra every morning? Like, you're about to go into work, or you're about to stand up and do a presentation. You got this. You're amazing. They've booked you for this reason. You can do. Is it pre-saying it literally before the event?
So I prescribe 3 times a day. So TDS for those in the industry. 3 times a day.
TDS.
3 times a day, TDS. It's what they write on prescriptions if you've been in the pharmaceutical industry. Yes.
What's it stand for? Sorry, I love acronyms.
Three times a day, TDS. 3 times.
Okay.
Anyway, that's a throwback from my pharmaceutical days. But morning, first thing you do. And the thing is, we need to anchor it into something that we do regularly. So you might want to do it when you're brushing your teeth. You might want to do it when you're having lunch. You might want to do it when you're brushing your teeth in the evening. So you remember, you habit stack it. And you do that for 5 to 6 weeks. And it takes that long. But every time you're going into something that would normally trigger you, maybe second guess yourself, maybe feel a bit uncomfortable, you put it on repeat for a good 5 minutes. Because your brain can't hear you saying you're going to be crap, you're going to fall off the stage, you're going to forget your words, you're going to mess up. If you are saying consciously to it, you've got this, go get them, you know your stuff, you've got this, go get them, whatever your phrase, your mantra is. And it doesn't stop you feeling nervous, but what it does is it releases chemicals that prevent that overload of anxiety. And just brings it down a bit. We're not looking for removing fear altogether. We're looking at how do we manage it so that we can show up more effectively more of the time.
Amazing. Wow. Okay. Now, you were interviewed this year, and I believe it was a dream come true to appear on the Jeremy Vine show. And then you took some calls from the callers. It was fantastic. So just tell us about that experience.
Oh, it was just unbelievable. First of all, I want to say thank you to you and the team for getting me in there. Highly recommend PR lady here. If you want to be visible, this is your lady. It was magical. I've listened to Jeremy for years and years and years. And he is one of the best interviewers. He's just so kind. He probably spoke a bit too much. I wanted to do some more speaking. I guess I'm an unknown. He doesn't know whether I was going to be competent or not. But it was great. We talked a little bit about imposter syndrome. We took some great calls, people explaining how they felt about it. I managed to give some advice out. I want to get back in there, though, to talk about...
We're working on it.
The bias, the myths about imposter syndrome, to try and put it to bed that it's not a good thing and why that is. So we're looking at going on again. But the whole team were amazing. You were there. It was fun. We had lunch. It was just...
I loved it because, you, the queen of imposter syndrome, specialism, etc., you have to do your star jumps to get ready for the interview and calm yourself down. And there you were practicing what you preach, and you're saying, you've got this, you can do this.
And it worked. I mean, bear in mind.
You dropped the interview. It was meant to be like a 10-minute interview, and you were there for a whole half hour.
I know. It actually worked. It's not that I'm surprised that it worked, but I thought in that scenario, I would be so scared. Was it 5.6 million potential viewers, people that know me? I mean, your mind's going, what if I can't speak? What if I don't know, what if I faint? Anything like that. But I did my star jumps. I danced around a bit. I taught myself through it. I did what I did with you before you went on there as well.
I know. Sarah taught me through. Yes, I was so nervous. My heart rate was 121. My resting heart rate's around 50. Can you imagine it zooming up? We went up the lift, 8 stories high. And you're there going, Amanda, you've got this. And I tell you something you said to me so impactful. You said, think about, it's not about you, of course it's not, but it's about the impact that you are having on others. And I sat down, and that really calmed me and really settled me. So it's like the spotlight actually is not on me. I'm speaking.
But it's not about you.
To share this message.
If we remember that we are helping other people, and this is something I say to all my clients, we're all really introspective. It's about me. What if I do this? What if I do that? Stop thinking about yourself. This is my favorite thing to do before I go on stage and speak is, how am I going to serve at least one person a day? How am I going to help someone? How am I going to change one person's life today? And that's not by me going, oh, what if I get my words wrong? It's by sharing what I know in a really interesting, passionate way that connects with people and helps somebody do better. If it's 2 people, brilliant. If it's 10, wow. But one person, not everyone's going to love you. Not everyone's going to be interested.
Right. No, that is so good, because everybody wants to please everybody all the time, as we just said.
Can't do it.
So what is the one message? Like, you've dropped quite a lot of messages, but let's just have the one message that most women need to take away from this right now.
You are enough, and your voice does matter. And actually, that came from a client of mine who didn't realize how much her voice mattered, and that really stuck with me. I think
when you say her voice mattered, what do you mean by that?
She didn't feel able to use her voice to stand up for what she deserved. And when she had this I've got chills actually thinking about it, this moment when we did the work to say, what's really behind this? What are you believing? She was believing her voice didn't matter. So the new phrase is, my voice matters. And it says everything, and it has changed everything. I mean, she's done the hard work and all the rest of it.
Yes.
But I think for many women, we might feel our voice doesn't matter. Some of us might go louder with it to make it matter. That doesn't help either. Some of us might go quieter. That doesn't help either. It's about using your voice with strength, emotional intelligence, courage, and the right level of confidence to stand your ground and know what your boundaries are and stick to them.
Amazing. Well, listen, thank you so much. I've just realized something. Have you got a button where you can share this live stream? Can you see it anywhere to your people?
I can't at the moment. I mean, there's a red button at the bottom that says leave studio, so I'm not touching
it. Oh,
that.
don't do that.
Oh, stream this to your audience. Yeah.
Yeah, so just click it now.
I don't think it will now.
No, have a go. Click it. Let's see.
It says sign up for free.
Oh, okay, or whatever.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so we're not going to do that right now, but you can share this because you have been dropping some incredible nuggets here, which all of us, however confident you appear to be, a lot of us actually internally going, oh my God, standing up on stage. So I'm going to be doing the daily mantras when I'm doing my teeth, having lunch, and supper. So thank you so much, Sarah Farmer, imposter syndrome expert. And we'll be seeing you on a radio or a TV show or another podcast very soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye.